in the front and back office.
Okay, welcome.
You always start off with okay. Watch the waveforms. That's you. Every time you start off one of your lines, you go okay. Then we get a nice little spike every time you start.
That's good, right?
No, it's awesome.
Okay, how do you say that? I'm sorry.
No, don't be self-conscious.
Okay.
So my name is Ian.
My name is Keelan.
And this is Anna. And we are attempting to do a Dungeons & Dragons podcast where we record our weekly games and put them up on iTunes mostly for ourselves, but maybe some people will enjoy them.
Yes. I am the Dungeon Master. Keelan is the Dungeon Master. That is me. I am the bringer of doom, the writer of rights. I hold the fabric of the universe together. Ian.
First off, though, what is Dungeons & Dragons?
Dungeons & Dragons. Shortest answer. Dungeons & Dragons is a role-playing game here, and we play the 4th edition, so there is a large board game aspect to it. So it's like chess. I try to explain it to people. I say it's like chess. But instead of moving a bunch of pieces, you move one piece. And other players move one piece. And so it eventually looks confusing like a chessboard in 4th edition.
That is a concise description. I would just say it's like a turn-based strategy game.
Strategy.
Where that you play, you
chess, fantasy, role-playing, you play fantastic characters.
My God, that's quite a definition. No, so anyway, we do Dungeons & Dragons. If you don't know what that is, don't know why you would have clicked on this or downloaded this. But if you did, great. Hope we're not your introduction to Dungeons & Dragons. Really.
Yeah, go check out, if you want to know what Dungeons & Dragons is, Chris Perkins, the guy. He is the D&D guy. He did I want to say, it's maybe 4 hours of a D&D campaign with the writers of Robot Chicken. Just YouTube it, go Robot Chicken D&D.
Or if you're more in the podcast, there's another podcast called Critical Hit, and they start out in their series with first time players. It's really good, a really good introduction. This is just us having fun for the most part.
Right.
Anyway, so my name is Ian. I role play a character called Finn with a much longer, more complicated name, but Finn will suffice. Anna plays and a character named Andraste, and then we have three other group members who are not here right now. Keelan's brother Kip, who lives in Mobile,
5 hours away.
Yeah, 5 hours away. Plays over Skype. His character is a dwarf named Mordred. We have a guy named Ethan, a friend of ours, who plays a character named Oreborn, who is a warforged. And then we have a tiefling. What is his class? I'm not.
Warlock. He's a warlock. And his name is Austin. So, Keelan the DM, Ian, who plays Finn the Ranger, Finn the Human Ranger. Andraste is played by Anna. She is a wizard. Oreborn is played by Ethan. He is a fighter, a warforged fighter. My brother Kip plays Mordred, a dwarf warlord. And Austin plays Agony, a tiefling warlock. So that's the spread.
Okay. Now you might notice in this particular episode that we start out pretty, well into a campaign. So the reason for that is that this idea of a podcast came kind of late in our newly started weekly games, and we attempted to do it before, but this is our first successful try at it. Hopefully.
Right. So this is the 4th time we have met. We meet on Mondays. 4, 5, 6. We're almost 6 hours last go around.
Yeah, we play about 6 hours.
So what you're about to listen to is only the 4th time we've met. So, yes, you are in pretty far of the story, but really, we're all learning as well.
Yeah, the game, the story-wise, Dungeons & Dragons games progress fairly slowly, especially if you have newer players. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and sum up some of where we've been so far. First of all, the world. We started out. We woke up from a sleep in this place called White Castle. Now,
Right, and I came up with that because I'm a genius, and no one's ever thought to name a castle after the color, or to make a restaurant out of it. A part of coming up names is sometimes you just have to steal someone's name.
You don't have to defend yourself. It's fine.
So, White Castle. Some of you may get a chuckle out of that, because my players sure do. White Castle, where our players woke up.
I'm still getting a chuckle right now. Like every time.
Yeah. White Castle. That's home base, sort of, for the players.
And then there's the Lord of White Castle.
His name is Lord Grantham.
Lord Grantham, which if you know that reference, go ahead and cherish it, but we won't explain it right now.
Right, I am a stealer of names. I like it when some people don't know what that is and some people do. So, Lord Grantham is the Lord of White Castle.
And then there is his son,
Prince Balian.
And then they're trusted at when we at the beginning we start out the game. We're summoned to the king's presence, Lord's presence, Lord Grantham's presence, and we're met with another person, a close advisor to the king named
Eric. Yeah. In my universe, in this realm, wizards are so awesome that they need very simple names because their awesomeness is not in their names. So Eric is the council mage. She sort of advises Lord Grantham on magical things because Lord Grantham is not magical, and so he says, "Hey, I'm magical. This is what's up. I do the Arcana checks and make sure you don't open a portal to some crazy realm and destroy the castle." So for the longest time, Lord Grantham has cherished council mage Eric.
Right.
And Prince Balian is the first son of Lord Grantham. He's getting on up there, soon he'll take the reins of White Castle. So, story begins. Our party is sort of taking refuge in White Castle. We find out because of an undead plague. Maybe it's caused by disease. Maybe it's an invasion.
So
maybe they're
pretty much the entire surrounding countryside is holed up inside this castle.
right.
When the adventurers, this group of random adventurers, no real connection between each other, are summoned to the Lord's presence when they get asked to take up a quest. And that quest was to travel to a dwarf kingdom.
South.
Yeah, south to a dwarf kingdom called
Dinadune.
So, Dinadune, and deliver a message to the King Kindor of the Golden Dwarves. Am I right there?
Right, Dwarf King Kindor. He kind of likes the whole shebang. Dwarf King Kindor.
So the adventurers accept that on the promise of vast reward.
Well, initially, Lord Grantham thought it was a good idea. Council Mage Eric sort of warned them against it. Eventually, Lord Grantham folded. But as our group of adventurers walked away, Prince Balian urged them to do it. And the party accepted. Prince Balian led them through secret passages that only the royal family of White Castle knew about. They subverted the undead siege that was sieging the castle and sort of got around it for the most part.
And one thing that will come into play a little bit later, when the group of adventurers were kind of being led out of those secret passages by Prince Balian, they happened to go through one secret door and ended up causing something that'll come to play in later episodes that you might see. But just keep in mind that door and that secret tunnel.
Right, they go through the door, and it's just at the beginning of a sort of a dark, mysterious forest to the south. I explained it as sort of half swamp, half forest. So it's kind of evil. It's called the Forest of Illidar, and our party heads into it. It was 2 days' journeys south of the Forest of Illidar, a straight shot.
Meeting various enemies.
We had some encounters.
No, not really anything worth note.
No, just I'm learning as a DM, and our players are learning.
Right, those were very slow encounters. Anyway,
so we head through the Forest of Illidar,
and we come up to the kingdom of Dinadune, and immediately, through some conniving and wheeling and dealing with vendors and using various members like conversational skills. We get an audience with the king,
Dwarf King Kindor.
Dwarf King Kindor, and the Dwarf King Kindor encounter is kind of interesting.
Right.
Because
I was charging players to sort of be creative, so we had a first-time player, Austin, playing Agony, the Tiefling Warlock. He's our most charismatic character, so he sort of takes the lead on that sort of thing, negotiating and convincing of Dwarven kings to come help us. So he suggested that we get the Dwarf King drunk, and I let him run with it. Not necessarily drunk, but just have a drink and relax and show him a good time. I had hinted to the players that the Dwarf King was a little lonely, so succeeded by a hair on their chinny chin chin,
right,
to outdrink the Dwarf King and convince him to come fly back on Griffins north, only half a day's journey on Griffins, to see what exactly is going on at White Castle.
So our whole goal here, as a group, was to get the Dwarf King's assistance to come back to White Castle. Or not necessarily to come back to White Castle, but to send military aid. But at the time, all he was willing to do was to come himself with his Griffins, which were a pretty good military ally, but they're certainly not an entire army. But so we head back to Whiterun, and we urge him. We got him through some pretty bad skill checks, but we got him to come with us. Back to Whiterun, and when we come back, we see it in flames, and that was, or we see some smoke, some obvious conflict going on there, and that's when our first, I guess that was our second night.
That was a real cliffhanger.
That was the end of our second night of playing. We start back up. Actually, yeah, did we?
Yeah, that was the third. Third Monday, we start. Players find out the inner layers of the castle, we call it the keep, sort of the middle layer of this circular structure is being broken into. Obviously, once before it was sort of debated whether it was just a random disease or just an influx of undead. Now it was clear that it was an invasion. And so Dwarf King pulls out all his awesome weapons, and him and his personal guards, who were more like friends, more like old war veterans, they charge in there and put some hurting on the advancement, the siege. And then the players happen upon Lord Grantham attacking Prince Balian, sort of almost mindless, and find to come that Council Mage Eric has sort of mentally manipulated Lord Grantham into sort of a dominated stance. Really, he was just a zombie.
So we find our first antagonist there, and our first antagonist is Council Mage Eric. He's our first concrete. Up until then, we've been fighting random enemies and undead, but now we see our first real antagonist.
All right, Council Mage Eric. It was a really cool fight.
So we have kind of a short fight on top of the keep of White Castle, ultimately killing Council Mage Eric, who then rises from the dead and is saved by some flying creatures. Then we proceed to go back down to the castle and close the door. We fight our way down through a lot of undead and end up closing the door to the secret passage that we had left from, which a big reason why the castle was so overrun was because we had left that door open. We later found out. So paying attention to things, even the little things when you're going through this whole adventure, is really important.
Right, yeah. So from there, once White Castle is sort of in a stable enough environment, Lord Grantham comes to the party and he says, "Hey, look, listen, Council Mage Eric has take prisoner Prince Balian. I don't know, now that I don't have a magic friend and a magic ally in this fight, I need you guys. We got a wizard, we got a warlock." So Lord Grantham sort of went to the party and was like, "Hey, look, listen, I don't know about magic or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure to the north are the ruins of an old civilization. They're called the Ruins of Fadaras. And that's where we saw Council Mage Eric fly off on a massive bat with Prince Balian. So he implores us, and through some negotiating, the party flies on griffins to 100 feet outside the beginning of this ancient ruined civilization.
So when we ride there at the ancient civilization, we explore briefly these ruins, and we end up in a church, kind of a cathedral kind of type place. And we were ambushed by a group of goblins, but they don't immediately fire. We have a kind of a short talk to them, talk to this one goblin boss, and convince him through certain conniving to come over to our side, to the side of White Castle, and turn on his master, councilmate Eric. And we find out that Eric is actually holed up in the top of these. Is it top of a mountain?
Yeah.
Top of a mountain in what appears to have previously been a dragon lair. And we want to get in there. We kind of worked it out with the goblin boss to smuggle us in on the pretense of being prisoners. We gave up our weapons. We're blindfolded. We gave up our weapons for the most part. We're blindfolded and then taken down to the dungeons. And that was where our third night ended. And
Right.
This podcast actually opens up at the beginning of our fourth. So that's about where we are.
Right. So being led by goblins. I didn't originally have the characters blindfolded, but they become blindfolded very quickly.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the third night.
Yeah, so that's just about it. Where we see this going, where we see this podcast going. None of us have ever done a podcast before, so none of our members are very experienced. We don't have the best. We're recording this off of a laptop, but mainly I think the reason why we want to do this is the reason why I want to do this is just to have something we can all go back and listen to later. It's not so much.
Right. I feel like a lot of people they don't understand what Dungeons and Dragons is, and they sort of associate all these stereotypes with it, like, you must be never have kissed a girl.
You wear cloaks and you
and
slit
it's
your wrists.
it's demonic, man. No, really what it is just it's a game. I like fantasy realms, Lord of the Rings, video games. So this is just a strategy game. It's role playing. It's hanging out with friends. It's nothing more than really a community.
All we do is we get together. We hang out on Monday nights, and we play a specific game.
And get drunk.
And some of us get drunk.
Partake of the ale.
Right.
And just
Ale,
trying to get in the characters.
Or nasty mead.
That was a road we won't be traveling again anytime soon.
Mead has not come a long way.
No. Mead's pretty much stayed back there in the, negative centuries. Anyway, so that's our
That's a
introduction.
wrap.
These podcasts, we record 6 hours. These are each going to be broken up into roughly hour-long, maybe longer sections. Probably longer, to be honest. We have to break them up, and it should be put out just about every week, unless we do an update. I guess that's it, though.
Yeah, that's it. All right, see ya.
Enjoy the podcast.
I won't talk.
So, Sally.
It's just music is
My
just
best fighters
damn-
are embarrassing. Why are those there? Yeah.
That sweet explanation would have been really good on this.
Okay, so your weapons are confiscated.
Except for my
Yeah,
dagger.
dagger.
Finn has stored a dagger hidden somewhere beneath his cloakage. You are walking down and down and down. And then you're stopped. The goblin boss, who's yet to give him your name, he stops you and says, "Oh yeah, wait. I need to blindfold all of you guys to make it more convincing. You guys can't be looking around at our base." So he blindfolds all of you real quick. He's an agile guy. He climbs up on half of you. Some of you are shorter. He just kind of jumps and does a quick knot. Okay, and then he's like, "Okay, come on. Okay, so you go further, and then you can tell by the clacker of your boots and the rustle of feet and gear. This is a big room. You've walked into a very big room. Lots of voices and just little whispers and clatters here and there. And then you hear another very predominant deep voice say, "Hey, what is this here?" And then you can't see nothing. All of you can't see nothing. This is all they want you here. You recognize the goblin's voice. He says, I found these captives. These spies trying to infiltrate our base. They're probably from White Castle. And he says, yes. I recognize that one's shield. Give it to me. Yes. This will look great in the war room. Let me see the rest of their weapons. Bring them here. Clatter of your weapons. And the footsteps of big bugbears that are carrying your weapons. Walk over. 10 seconds pass or so. And then he says, this bow would look great above my bed. I'll take it. And, what a great axe. I think I'll take this dwarven great axe as well. Let me see what else. And then you hear footsteps come in really quickly. My lord, we have enemies outside amassing an attack. I assume forces from White Castle. And then he quickly says, put the prisoners in the holding cells. These weapons to my chambers. The rest in the holding cells. I'll go through them later. Men, with me! Scurry of feet, and you are quickly hustled down deeper. You can tell it's colder. Okay? You are taken into a room, and one by one, you are unblindfolded. And you see this. So here you are in like a little line. I don't care what line you're in, but you're in like a little line. Like some of you just kind of like huddled together. Y'all like trying to figure out. Okay. And then you look and you see a hobgoblin. Let me represent a hobgoblin with something. You see two hobgoblins on either end. And the king, the goblin boss. So two hobgoblins, and let me explain hobgoblins. They're like goblins, bigger, red skin, more agile characters. They're about 4 feet, 5 feet, 6 feet tall. Some of the taller ones, strong and agile. From the same family as hobgoblins. From goblins, just not 2 and 3 feet tall. Okay, so. You're individually put in cells and unblindfolded. I'm doing this randomly, in case you were wondering. Okay?
Unblindfolded or blindfolded again?
You're all unblindfolded.
Okay.
And your gear is put here, in this cell. Can you see this, Kip? Your gear is put here.
I got it. Oh, no one.
Okay. And then one of the hobgoblins leave, and the goblin boss leaves with him. And we'll say they both leave. And they go out this door. Okay? Do y'all want to do any checks? Y'all want to say anything to one another?
In a low mutter, I'm going to ask the rest of the group if they possibly heard that those murmurings about enemy forces on the outside of their gates.
Mordred says, yes, must be the griffins, the dwarves, perhaps the king. But if they're attacking here, that means that they must have protected or stabilized the city.
This is good news then. Should we then go link up with them, or continue and try to search for Valian? What do you guys think?
Well, the first problem is how do we get out of these cells?
True.
So we can think about which one we want to do.
Hobgoblin comes in. Shut your yapping! I'll have no planning here. Keep it down, or we'll kill every one of you, and say that it was something else that killed you. So,
You guys want to roll perception?
you can make any check you want. Understand the history, the nature of said area.
Kip, this appears to be a dungeon. Don't you have a high dungeoneering?
Let me check. It's not real high, but I do have it's. I got a positive in it. That's way better than a negative.
A 10 to what?
Perception.
Perception.
I don't know.
Not so great, but you definitely realize, and I said this out loud. He stowed your weapons here and closed it and locked it.
Okay.
What else can I tell you? Not much with a 10.
I'm gonna state the obvious that hey,
And you're in the middle.
I saw that person over there put our weapons in that cage that we all saw walk past us when we were blindfolded.
Except Oreborn's shield,
Oh
your
right.
great bow,
The great axe and the bow.
and Mordred's great axe.
He spoke of a war room, did he not?
Yeah. Indeed,
Or
he
he
did.
said put it in his chambers. He
His
said put the
chambers.
rest of it in my chambers.
He said my shield would look good in his war room, and something about a bow. I don't fiddle with these wooden weapons too much.
Well, say we should break out of here as fast as possible.
Is there a roof over our heads? Is like the walls go into the ceiling?
Yeah, these are iron bars, as you can tell. These are iron bars that go all the way to the ceiling.
Okay.
And the
These are
ceilings,
doors? Like gates?
these are doors, but they're all closed.
Okay.
This is just showing you sort of architecturally like a blueprint where they would be open. Andraste, you are near this empty cell. Do you want to do a perception check to see what this nonsense is?
Yeah, what's
It
that?
seems
Is
to
that
be-
guy a
Can you,
dude?
can you move the camera
Yes,
to the
I've
empty
got
cell?
it. I've got it.
Right here, this is where...
I'll roll a perception.
Okay, here you see.
15.
Perception of 15, really?
Yeah.
What's your perception?
Kip, can you make that out at all?
Yeah.
It appears.
Yeah, I can see it.
It appears to be a man up against a pile of
Okay,
bones.
Andraste sees a pile of bones here in the corner. Dust-ridden. Everything is dust-ridden. A thick, almost eighth of an inch layer of dust under everything. It's just, the place hasn't been used in years. Or at least these areas haven't. And you see what appears to be a decaying dwarf over here with one hand clasped tight and the other hand underneath a pile of bones.
History check, Kip.
I will do a history check. I roll a 19 plus 2.
To find out,
That's going to be 21 for the history check.
Okay, Oreborn's actually got a long way to look.
who?
I'm sorry, Mordred. Mordred's actually on the other side of the room. But y'all kind of move over, and he gives a gander. And he can't recognize the armor as the armor of the Dinadune guards. Appears to be some sort of mishmash of homebrew armor.
Mordred says, that's nothing I can recognize. Some sort of lone adventurer probably got wandered into the wrong goblin den.
Can I do some kind of history check to see if I recognize the armor from any past stories? Or if he looks like a recognizable figure from history books?
I mean, you can. Do it.
19.
What? What's your history?
13.
God bless America. Okay, yeah, no, you know what Mordred knows without saying it. I mean, that's all I can tell you because there's nothing else to know.
I'm going to roll a dungeoneering check, particularly...
What are you trying to figure out? Tell me.
Particularly, I guess
That's blinding.
the state of the cells we're in, if they're in rough shape or if they're well put together, if there's any way to break out. Anyway, dungeon check.
Okay.
Are critical.
Okay, you know that there's individual keys for each of your cells. But, obviously, there are but doors. They can be broken. They can be picked with the respective tools. They can just be, They can be done that way.
So they're kind of rusty, I guess.
They can be. The doors can be just broken with raw force.
Can I do a strength
Okay.
check?
I look to the rest of the group and I flex my muscles and I say, I think I could take these doors down just with brute force, but it's probably going to make a lot of noise. You guys should be ready.
Okay, right when you say that to everyone, Goblin Boss comes in. He's got the keys, and he starts unlocking your cells one by one. All right, he goes to Mordred first. Can you see what I'm doing there? Goblin King goes to Mordred's cell first. Okay, he's got all the keys. And he unlocks your cell. What are you gonna do? He unlocks your cell and step back. What do you do? You step out.
Open it. Open the cell door.
Yeah.
But don't go out of the cell door. Just open it.
Okay, you open the cell door.
Yep.
Okay, at that moment, a hobgoblin patrol opens the door and says, "What are you doing, you goblin shit?" And he says, he looks at you real quick, and he throws the keys at you, and he pulls out his short sword, and he runs, and he jumps on top of the hobgoblin, and they go back through the door as it closes back. And all you hear is scuffling. So what are you going to do? Hurry quick.
Quickly grab the keys and go to everyone's cell door, starting closest to me, and unlock all of them.
Okay. All right. You unlock. And that's all. You look, and there's only enough keys for all your gear. I mean, for all the people. No. There's one for this door too. Do you go to the gear door? Well, not yet.
I try to open I even try to open the gear door. Yeah.
So, yeah, you go to the gear door. It opens too. Okay.
I say as I open the gear door, grab the weapons you have. We don't have much time.
Okay.
Is this door locked?
Teammates.
Yes. Mordred does not have a key to this door.
Oh, he doesn't.
He does not have a key to this door. Yes.
I look around and frantically go to the door that has a dead keyboard in it.
Listen up. Oreborn's got something to say.
I'm going to roll a strength check to see if I can break the bars, or at least bend them. Oh, little one.
Well, the one.
Well, 1 plus. Is that automatic miss? Doesn't matter my modifier.
Automatic miss. You can tell these bars are going to take some serious strength. Probably all the strength you can muster. You want to roll again?
Yeah. 16.
Plus?
Do I do athletics probably?
Just go straight strength.
Oh.
So the
4.
small number on the side.
20. So
20.
20.
You roll a 20? Okay, what are you doing? You've been in the bars.
Yeah. Try to see if we can get one of our characters to squeeze through.
Okay, you've been in the bars. Let's say you've been in the bars a maximum of 6 inches. 3 inches each bar.
I'll assist with his bending of the bars.
Okay, roll your assist.
For an athletics check, I rolled a 2 plus 9 plus 11 athletics check.
Okay, Mordred rushes over, and while you're just like grunting, next steam's coming out. Mordred comes and grabs and gives you a little more help. And the bar is open to a maximum of 8 inches. 8 inches wide is how wide you bent the bars.
That's not 8 inches. That's like 2 feet.
8 inches.
8 inches. That's not big enough for any of us to get through.
Maybe Andraste?
You
I
know
have a
how
grappling
small 8
hook.
inches is?
I mean, it's almost a foot.
If they're just bars, not like anything else, then
They're just
that's
bars.
probably like this.
Okay.
I mean,
you can get through.
Squeeze in.
the bars were. Let me say no. The bars.
I'm not feeling like
The bars to start with were 8 inches. No, yeah, the bars were close. Now they're 8 inches,
Okay.
almost a foot.
You turn sideways.
Do I need to do like some kind of check to see if I can squeeze through it?
Yeah.
What would you apply to that?
Dexterity, or
Okay, just then a half-dead hobgoblin comes in the door. All right, I dropped that.
I'm still gonna
Everyone
guess.
roll initiative.
12.
Anna.
15. Nope, 17.
21, 12, 15. I roll for the
Wait, I'm
hobgoblin.
sorry.
Everybody gets +2. Remember this?
I got 17. So
17 plus 2 or
I got, well,
15 plus 2?
so it'd be 19.
Make that 19 on me.
18 for me.
Alright, you run initiative down real quick?
You want to go first? You're closer. You go first.
I roll a.
Okay, we don't even got any weapons, guys.
I roll
Yeah,
a
we got our
14.
weapons out. That's all.
No, you haven't
I
got
roll-
your weapons equipped yet. You all haven't went here yet.
What did you say,
I
Kip?
roll a 14 plus 4.
What's initiative?
I'll throw my dagger. If you will go get your weapons, and I'll get my weapons while you come back.
I thought we couldn't get in that door.
You can't get in
We
this
have a
one.
key.
You can get in this
Okay,
one.
okay.
This one is
He
open.
unlocked it.
Alright, yeah. That's fine.
But y'all are kind of distracted
you
by
go
this other door.
before me.
Okay, so 19. What did you get?
18.
So me.
Oreborn
You-
and
The
Mordred got
hobgoblin
18.
rolled terribly. He's probably going to go last.
What?
I got 19 as well.
You want to go in what order? We three got 19.
So who has the highest initiative modifier? You do?
I got 7.
And then next you do? What's your initiative modifier?
I don't know. I got 0.
0. And Oreborn, do you have a negative something?
No, I have 18.
Your initiative modifier right here.
Oh, it's 1.
1. Okay, so Oreborn goes before you.
All right.
So it's Fan, Oreborn.
So Anna,
Agony.
what's the initiative? What's the list?
Okay, I'm gonna do
Fan's gone first, for sure.
Well, you guys want me to wait till we figure it out?
It's Fan, Oreborn, Agony, then who else? What was Mordred's?
Anna got 19 as well.
18.
So it could be Agony or Anna. They're both got 0.
They can go after each other, it doesn't matter.
I'll go third.
Fan, Oreborn, Andraste, Agony.
Oreborn only has 18. Finn, Agony.
Andraste,
Andraste.
Oreborn, Mordred, and the Goblin.
Nice. Oh, it sucks.
Alright, so Fan, go.
Okay. I'm going to pull up my dagger. I'm gonna do crap. 2 to AC. I'm gonna throw it. Wait, is that within range?
What's
dagger's
your range attack? The bonus of a dagger is, I think it's a 2 or a 3. So it's like a ranged attack. It's just like your ranged attack. The same bonuses. Right here. Here's a quick look. Your ranged attack with the great bow. So it's +7. It's gonna be +7.
Okay. So whatever, 9 to AC. But do I have enough? What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What's the range on a dagger is like plenty.
Okay.
I think
So
it's 10 or something.
anyway, yeah, I guess I'll do 9 versus AC.
9 versus AC. He just like flicks the dagger over his hand as
Okay.
he pulls out a spear.
I'm going to
He gets ready to rip you.
4, 5, 6. I'll move to this door in order to try and retrieve whatever gear's in there.
All right, who's next?
Oreborn.
Me.
Agony.
Agony. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm gonna cast a Warlock's Curse on him. I'll sit beside him.
You can make it bigger. So it'll go over.
That's my turn.
Okay, who's next?
Oreborn. Do I need to roll?
Andraste, actually.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
No, you're fine, you're fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You don't have. Did you unlock the chest? He didn't. And you unlocked the chest.
Who didn't?
The chest
I know,
is
I
locked. Mordred just opened the door, and then Oreborn started attacking this door, and then Mordred didn't get to the chest in time.
Oh, the chest is still locked. Need to unlock that.
Throw me the key.
He doesn't have the key. He just has the key to the cell.
What?
Oreborn, this is your time to shine.
Yes.
You can, Anna, I'll just give you a tip. Use the Arcana check to use magic to manipulate the lock.
Oh, yeah. Death. What's death? I'll do Arcana check.
If you can make it make sense in a magical nature, you can do an Arcana check. Arcana check is like the jack of all checks.
Oh, 19.
19, still enough. You make like a magic key and unlock it.
Nice. Are you gonna use your minor action?
I'm gonna use my minor action to. I probably can't use my minor action to give everyone the weapons, right? Probably just grab my own weapon and equip it. Right, I grab my staff. My minor action.
Yeah,
my turn.
You still have a standard action.
You
I
moved?
thought my check was I did a move and then I did the
the check is a standard action.
Okay, my bad.
All right, who's next?
Me. All right. I'm going to move 2, 3 to here and use a minor action and get out my Tetraneer. And
That's all you can do, right? You move,
1, 2,
minor action.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's just a -2 if I throw
Just
it.
a
Right?
-2.
You can capture your standard action for another move action. If you want to move up closer to him.
But you don't have your shield. A lot of your abilities
No.
say require a shield.
I was just going to throw it at it.
But still, I mean, you're the beefiest character we got.
True. So I'll probably just trade in a standard action for a move action. Try to get
Move
up
your
there.
speed again.
Yeah.
Help Agony not get hit.
2, 3, yeah.
Quick question: what gear did Andraste retrieve from?
Just her gear.
Just my staff.
Just her staff. They tend to take your armor off. Just her staff.
Can we share a square?
No.
No.
Can't share a
Let's get excited.
Okay, Mordred, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna get my gear out of the chest also.
All right, so you have to
My
move.
My 2 throwing hammers,
You get your all you have is 2 throwing hammers right now.
right? And so that's a minor action, move action, a minor action,
Yeah.
and I can still move. How many squares?
What's the
is
range
that?
on your hammers? I don't think it's that far.
They're not extremely far.
I think like what 12 is the maximum? Yeah, 12's too far, bro.
Yeah, and I'm not attacking right now. How many spaces did I move just
He's
then?
14 away. They're at about 6 away from him. I mean, 6 or 7 away from him right now. You'll see. He's all the way over here by the door.
Okay.
You give me some more of this since you're
I don't. And that was 2 spaces to get into there, into the chest room. I guess is that what that is?
Yeah. That's about
Okay.
how far you went.
So then I still have speed's 5, so I still got 3 things. Can I still double move?
You can double move. Yeah, you can double move like
Alright.
Oreborn.
So we're gonna move. I'm gonna double move 8 more squares. 8 squares.
No, you can't
so-
double move. You've already moved once. You can only move your speed again. Your speed 4?
5.
5. So you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can be right behind Oreborn if you want.
Okay. Now.
But that's it.
now
That's your
for-
turn.
Okay.
Move, minor, shut in your standard for another move. Okay? Who's next? Goblin? Goblin charges. With a 17 to Oreborn.
Versus AC?
Oh gosh, it's really high. 24
Versus.
AC.
Okay, that's a hit.
9 damage. The hobgoblin pulls out his long spear, and runs, and stabs Oreborn in the shoulder. And Oreborn, you can tell that he's bloodied.
All right. So
So you got your damage down.
okay. I'm going to, I guess, move the 1 square in here. Spend a minor action, retrieve my gear. What gear do I get?
You get your bow. Oh, you don't get your bow. You get your arrows. They didn't care about the arrows in the longsword.
Okay. And then I'm going to cash in my standard action and go ahead and move up. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take a stand here beside Oreborn and be ready with my longsword.
Okay. And as that happens,
Oh, no.
the goblin boss walks in and throws a dagger in the back of the hobgoblin. And the hobgoblin takes a step and falls over.
Yay.
And then the Goblin King falls over too. I keep calling him King. Thanks, Hobbit. Goblin boss falls over. All right, what do you do?
I'm gonna. We're
Can I-
not in combat.
Not in
Oh,
combat anymore.
Okay, so I can't teleport closer to the chest.
I'm gonna
now
rush.
that he's
No,
dead.
you can just move wherever you want
Okay.
I'm gonna rush to him.
to the goblin boss.
Yeah, to the goblin boss,
I'm gonna go get my rod.
and I'm gonna check his state. What's his status?
Goblin boss is dying.
Dying. We'll lean down.
Okay, I want to rush the goblin boss as well, knowing
Yeah.
it is dying, and I want to do inspiring word.
Goblin boss is dying. Nothing can heal him.
Oh, nothing can heal him.
Oh.
He's got only a few
Can I-
moments to speak
Can I
to
at
you.
least do a heal? Can I do a heal check to see
I
if?
need to
You can do a heal
absolutely
check to
get this.
you can do a heal check to keep him alive for 30 more seconds.
Okay, I did a heal check. I'm doing a heal check right now. I roll 18 plus 4. Heal
Okay. Mordred puts his hand on his bleeding wound. Blood is just gushing out of his mouth. Black blood. He's sitting now on his butt
You wanna ask me how do we get out of here?
with his legs down on him, and he's grabbing his side.
We
How
need
do we
to
get to
ask
our
him how to-
weapons?
Blood is
How
pouring
do
out
we
of him.
get to Eric? We still don't know that yet.
Right.
No, but first we need to know how to get to the rest of y'all's weapons.
Quick, goblin boss. Which way to weapons are there?
Which way to the
What are
Go
the
ahead.
war room and Eric's chambers? Yeah.
Go ahead, Agony.
There is great treasure in this, great danger as well. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help. Everything just according to plan, isn't it? I'm sorry. He dies.
Oh, great. No, that's one.
Okay, I'm just gonna put my hand over his eyes and close it.
Can we search his body for trinkets? Like maybe the key to that room that I want to get into?
Nope, he doesn't have the key.
I'm gonna go back and search this dead goblin's body after picking up my dagger that was lying nearby.
Can I search the Goblin Boss's body to get our IOUs back?
Yes, you can. You can try use back.
Yes.
Cool.
All right.
What about this cell over here now?
Oh yeah.
Let's check
Okay,
it out.
so
Wait,
you've
what's
got
the next goblin? What do you get to get
Yeah, I'm
you've
sorry.
got an 8-inch. Oh, that's not. Is that a foot?
That's a foot.
That is a foot.
An
That's
8
12
inches is like
inches.
that. You don't think someone could fit through 8-inch wise?
You could fit through an 8-inch space if you turn sideways, Keelan. So, I'm sure Andraste is that small. You're an elf. Should be slender.
Yeah.
You know?
120 pounds, 5'5". That's smaller than Keelan is.
Well,
Would you search his
seeing
body?
that this man just died with the curse on him, Agony could simply teleport into there.
Yeah, but how do you get out?
Oh, well, he could just pass out the cool stuff and we could come back and get him later.
See ya.
Alright, you hold the fort now.
No, okay, I'm just gonna try to squeeze through with I mean, it's not gonna be hard to squeeze
Roll
through,
an
right?
acrobatics check.
Oh, I
Oh,
should've done
damn.
this one.
That's not gonna be good.
You should get a bonus for being the female character.
Excellent.
11, just 11.
Okay. You get stuck.
Help
Oh,
me!
no.
Help!
I want to go up. I want to go up and I want to try to
Hey,
do
y'all
an
use a strength check to
athletics
push me
check to unstuck her, like almost like maybe like push her all the way through.
That's
Okay, roll the
Yep.
strength check.
Kip, what are you
I
doing?
rolled
Shoot
a
his luck in there.
13.
What do you roll?
Wish I could pull her back out.
Her strength is plus 5.
Okay, you push her through, but she takes 2 points of damage. Like a bar scraped her big or something.
Ask me next time before you push me, you dumb dwarf.
We don't have all day. Get on with it.
Ain't nobody
Okay.
got time for that.
Y'all turn until I got feet.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I got
I got bronchitis.
what are your guys' acrobatics?
Mine is -1.
Guys, we can do like any kind of check.
0.
We don't have to do it.
I'm saying I have a
You
dexterity
just
acrobatics
punch the
of 10,
bars
a
until
plus
they're
10.
busted.
I'm gonna do Arcana check to see if I can melt the bars in magic force.
Wait a minute, why couldn't we just bend the bars with magic? I didn't
Yeah.
even think of that.
You just made a magic key.
Yeah. You made a magic key to unlock the chest.
So my Arcana is 15.
Yeah. We should use that to our advantage. Here I am trying to use brawn over brains. Pull the bars open.
So you guys want to introduce your characters for the sake of the...
Looks like Goblin Goblin's good. He's a nice guy.
Oh yes,
Fair enough.
what guy?
Our friend.
Oh, yeah.
God. Help
Well,
us.
I wouldn't call him
I
a
still
friend.
don't know if he's a friend. He still got us in there.
He did
He's
kill.
a
He did
friend.
die in our defense.
Mhm.
Though I'm sure it was partially out of self-preservation.
Okay, what has the group decided?
I'm gonna get, I want to see what's in this dude's hand.
Alright, roll perception check.
18.
Which hand? The hand under
The hand that's clutching something. This hand.
Okay.
So,
You bend down and pull. You pull away this dwarf's clenched, decaying fist, and it reveals a crumbled up piece of paper. And on the piece of paper, it says, hold on, it says, "Those fools think I'm done for." You're just assuming he sounds like this. And then right after it says that, there's a big blood splatter on the note. "They forgot one thing. And then the Y falls off the page.
okay, I want to kind of do another perception check, see what's in his other hand.
All good. Come on.
7.
Tell me what you're doing. What are you doing? You pulling his arm out?
I'm kind of digging
you
the bones
digging-
away from his.
So you're now on top of these bones, and you're like just mucking around.
yeah, basically.
Are you trying to find his hand in this mess?
Yes.
You're trying to see what his hand under the bones has, if it has anything. His hand has nothing under the bones, but his hand is open, not clenched. It's open underneath the bones, decaying as well. Do you want to continue to kind of murk around?
I mean, we don't have all day.
Yeah, maybe we should just get out of here. I mean, what do you guys think?
Can we search the body?
I think you should search the bones.
Yeah, maybe you should do open up the bars and let some other people in.
Well, I know if I can't open the bars, I can teleport out of here. So,
All right.
There's something in the bone pile. Go for the bone pile.
Keelan, I'm gonna walk over there. You guys okay if I jump in?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that, everybody?
I'm just watching.
can you fit through?
Yeah, I've got a pretty high acrobatics.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk in, being a slim.
If you have a -2, you're a little bigger.
What?
If you have a -2, you're a little bigger.
You're a douche wobble.
You're a little fatter. You're a little chubby.
All right. That ends right now.
Yeah, get their chubs.
All right, so that'd be a 20, a 21.
Okay.
Acrobatics.
You know how to like suck it in. So
Of course, I mean I do it all the time anyway. So
you suck it in. You get through.
It's on his
No
I'm gonna
damage.
move it here, and I'm going to. First off, I'm gonna search his body.
Okay.
So what do you want? Perception?
Yeah.
Okay. Or A plus. Sorry. 7. So 16.
Okay. This is the only thing you notice. You notice, besides just mundane armor on the dwarf with 0 markings on it, you notice he has nothing on him. But strangely, you notice he has a lot of empty space. He has an empty pack, empty pouches, nothing on him.
Okay, I'm gonna investigate this pile again.
Okay, you're gonna go for the pile of bones.
Yeah, I'm just gonna investigate it, kind of sift through it carefully. That'll be anyway. A 20.
Okay. Well, the 20 you see in the very corner of the room, shoved under bones, a weapon. The
Dibs.
weapon
I call dibs.
is a crag hammer.
Dibs. Hammer's right at my alley.
No, it's not.
You shut your mouth.
No, you
Shut
are
your
no
mouth.
way.
It's a
any way
dwarven
whatsoever
thrower
calling dibs on
crag
the hammer.
hammer.
Hey,
Okay.
I speak Northern.
The weighted half of this mithril weapon is
Oh,
engraved
good.
with images of giants being struck down by dwarven throwing hammers.
This guy, don't you dare, or I will slit your throat with your own knife, good sir.
Why don't you come ahead and come inside this cage, you midget?
Alright, I want to roll a athletic check to try to squeeze the bars back together and keep them in there. I roll a 10 plus. I roll a 10 plus 9. That's a 19.
I'm gonna walk up to the
To do
bars
it.
and do a thievery check on the block.
But
See if
before
I
he
can
does that, I'm going to use my face step to teleport outside of here and get out of this fight.
Okay. I'm gonna use my thievery to see if I can undo the lock. That's a 9.
Plus nothing.
No, it's a 9.
Right. So you move to the door. You jimmy it. You like stick your dagger in it. Nothing.
Balls.
I'm going to do my Arcana check to create a magical key that will let him out.
It worked on the
I'm gonna
shift.
tackle Andraste.
Too late.
Actually, I already rolled it. That's a 25. Create a magical key that picks the lock. A magical pick. Magical lock pick.
Okay, let's say your Arcana unlocks the door with the doors ajar now. I mean, the door's rested solid. Like, it's unlocked and it would be open if it wasn't jammed.
Little help.
Wait, what?
Do some strength.
I'm gonna
Come on.
roll a strength check to see if I can bust down this rusted door.
We're wasting a lot of time on this.
19 plus 4, so that's a 23.
Yeah, you knock the door. Well, let's say you have to grab it and you pull it, and then all the rust and mold and rocks that have fallen on a little bit of rocks have fallen up from the ceiling, so it's kind of catching you. It's you rip the door wide open.
I'm gonna hand this amazing dwarf hammer right to Mordred, and with a smile, kind of walk past him as he scowls.
Dwarf, as a dwarf, who just now got his feelings hurt, Mordred is going to say, "Oh, you think that's funny, hey? You think that's funny?" As he clutches the hammer and then strokes his face with it, like a new doll or something.
All right.
Okay, so you're done with this. In here. There's also some other random gear in here, which may be apparently from old people. You find a light shield and you find a longbow.
Yes.
Oh, well, that would have been useful.
But it takes you a while to kind of look for it.
Oh, what kind of shield?
A light shield.
Okay.
It just fits on your shoulder, doesn't fit in your hand. You take a
What
negative 1 in armor
are
class
the
until you get your heavy shield back.
specifics of the hammer?
Longbow
I have
just has a
in my
D10.
position now?
And you find a morning star.
Who's that?
No weapons for the
Mordred.
magic.
Mordred finds a morning star. You'll find your old.
Mordred's got a cool weapon.
You find your old gear back.
Yeah. Not cool.
Yeah, not cool.
All right.
So you're done with the door. If you're done with this area here,
I suppose unless anybody wants to go through that door, Agony.
y'all don't want to investigate this anymore. Is that y'all all right?
Yeah.
That was just creepy. I've got enough bones
I think
to
we
pick
should-
for the day.
Go to this door and see what's up.
Well, I'm going to. I was going to pull his head off and tie it around my belt, wear it as a trophy. Nice little dwarf head, but I don't think I'll do that.
Since you didn't even fight him.
Right. When I
I
kill
want
a
to take the
dwarf,
Morning Star, and I want to give it to Oreborn.
Yes.
What?
Thank you, sir. He's giving me his morning star.
Oh wait, I would like to do something.
The morning star. He has his Tatranir though. You have all 3 of your Tatranirs.
It could be a, I don't know, some sort of side mace, like touch my hip, just in case.
On your back.
Or on my
Morning
back.
star is a D10 plus 2. So
D10 plus 2?
I want to see.
you can only use it in melee range though. So but you gotta
Wow,
have it in
that's,
your hand. It's 2-handed,
Oh, it's 2-handed morning star?
so you can't have a shield and use it. So you have to throw your shield down.
you don't have a
So-
shield right now anyway.
Okay.
Oh,
How many
yeah.
minor
You
actions
did.
do I get per turn? 2?
1.
1. So, in one minor action, can I put
Stowing
my
a
shield
shield.
away and take
Stowing
out?
a shield is a standard action.
Oh, it is?
So really, like, you can't be like, oh, I'm going to put my shield up, and put my Tatranir up, and pull out this. That would be a lot of stuff.
Yeah, well.
But you can carry it.
Alright,
You
I'll
wanna-
look badass.
If you want to
Anna,
carry a morning star on
What
your
do you
back, attach it with like a seatbelt.
what do you
type
want
thing.
to
No, nothing.
Okay,
Never mind.
y'all are done with this room. Everyone's got their gear, and those of you who have lost your gear now have a longbow for Finn, a light shield for Oreborn, and Mordred has found. Now let me explain. Maybe you don't know about the crag hammer. Okay, the crag hammer.
Write this down.
Are you writing this? It's okay. If you use
Yeah,
it, with,
I have it. I'm in the marketplace right now. It's a crag hammer. Is it a military crag hammer?
it's a superior
Yeah, it's a
one-handed melee weapon, and it's a dwarven thrower crag hammer. A dwarven thrower crag hammer.
It's a dwarven thrower crag. hammer?
Those exact words. A dwarven thrower crag hammer.
Oh, I see.
Are you in? It's a superior
dwarven-
one-handed melee weapon.
Thrower?
Look, I'll just write this down. I'll tell you what it does.
It's level 2?
I'll tell you what it does. Here.
Okay.
Just write this down. I got the paper right here in front of me. Okay. If you use 2 hands, you get a +1 to the damage roll. So if you can swing with 1 hand. If you use 2 hands, you get a +1 to the damage roll. And I'm going to say it's a free action to just attach your other hand to the swing. Okay, and it's a brutal 2. Now, let me explain a brutal 2. Brutal means that if you roll the D10 and you get a 1 or a 2, you can re-roll until you get something besides a 1 or a 2. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a +1 if you use 2 hands, and it's a brutal 2. Okay? And the dwarven thrower part says a lot. Okay? Are you listening? You writing this down, or are you trying to find it?
Yeah, I found it right here. Dwarven thrower +1, level 2, right?
Yeah, dwarven thrower level 2 +1 crag hammer.
Okay, I got it right here.
Yeah, you get the weapon can be thrown with a range of 6 to 12. If you hit a large or larger creature with an attack using this weapon, you deal an extra 2 damage. On a critical hit, you do an extra D6 damage, and you get a +1 to attack and damage rolls. Okay? You got it all right there?
Mm-hmm. A trigger, did it have a... Oh, wait, it does 2 extra damage, right?
2 extra damage to a creature large or larger.
Yeah, okay. And it's axe hammer, so it goes along with my buff. So it's going to give me a +2 to
Damage.
the attack rolls, right?
No, the damage roll.
The damage roll.
+2 to damage rolls.
Can I search the goblin boss for like any jewelry or anything that he has, or would he have like? Does he have like any like?
You can take the goblin boss's short sword. I'll tell you this about the goblin
sell
boss's
it.
short sword. It's engraved. It seems significant and symbolic.
Yeah, I'll take that. Do I have to roll check for that?
No, you can get it. It's on his hit. You can see it easy.
At the very least, you can prove that we killed him.
Yeah.
Can I
Or
use
if
the
we
short
needed to.
sword? No. Okay. It'll just be like a memento from our friend. So.
Okay, so you right outside on your character sheet. He's got the short sword. You're carrying the Morning Star for some strange reason. That's fine with me. You can carry it.
Wait,
Anything else?
so the thrower hammer is a ranged weapon just like the other hammers that I throw?
Yeah, you still have your old throwing hammers, but now you have this
Okay,
hammer.
I would-
That's a throwing weapon.
I would like, Oreborn, I would like to have the Morning Star back, because I would, having only throwing weapons, kind of need a up close and personal.
Okay, Morning Star's not using his throwing hammer.
And,
His hammer.
and hence the term dwarf giver was coined.
Okay, so yeah, you got the Morning Star, 2 throwing axes, a crag hammer, all on your back. The Morning Star is I don't have the Morning Star in front of me. Are you in the character builder? Look for the Morning Star.
So
I'm looking at it. I'm looking for it right now.
It's a D10 plus 2. I know.
It's a military two-handed weapon. Is that right?
I think so. I don't think it's versatile. I tried to give you like a great axe, but not as good.
my eyes glow from a piercing red to a more faint red as I am slightly disappointed as a word forge could be while handing back the Morning Star.
It's a two-handed. Okay, I see it. It's a simple two-handed melee weapon, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Can I try to
got
read
it.
what's engraved on the sword, or is it
So
like
I
written
have,
in goblin?
Yeah,
two
give
throwing.
me
I've got two.
a
I
me
still
check.
have my.
Do you think you can fit with it? What check do you think you can fit with it?
Guess I'm trying to do like a history check.
To see if you understand what's on it.
Yeah. So it's 13 plus 3, so 16.
Okay. You understand on the blade.
Goblin is in common. Yeah. Goblin script.
Yeah. There's no words written on it. Just symbols. And
Can Mordred decipher these symbols?
the symbols are merely pictures of a goblin with a crown and a sword. And what appears like to be that sword, okay? That's all you see. And you know how must be because you're like you're in tune with your history right now, you're like, oh, yeah. You think that might be of significance. Okay?
Are we ready to go, guys?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's go find. So we don't even know where we're going.
Who do you, what? We should go. We should be stealthy walking out the door. Should we not? Would you guys say so?
Can we send my familiar to the
I
next
think we
room
need
to see
just
what we
peek
see?
outside.
The
Yeah.
next room.
Yeah, we assumed there was a fight in there. So if there were anybody, they'd already be in here. With all the time we
I think Andraste.
I want to move to this door and send my familiar out to see what's just beyond the door, so we can get kind of a picture of what's there before we go out there, so we can be ready.
Okay, now explain to them what you're doing. You're just like, open the door wide open and be like, go, Bernie!
Oh, is the door not left open from whenever the
The
goblin
door are
falls?
like tavern doors. They swing back closed.
Oh, okay, I want to do a stealth check to see if I can open the door, like just a crack without anything hearing, any noise or any just really knowing. I kind of want to pull it inwards to where it's a small crack. It's 4, stealth of 4. So basically, I try to pull it in, and I pull way too hard, and it hits the back wall and makes a huge noise.
Are you gonna send your familiar out? now
Yeah,
that you've opened the door,
and I'm going to.
You're not as stealthy as you'd like to be, but you
Alright.
still tried. You're gonna send out your familiar.
Yeah, so now I'm familiar.
Okay. Would you like to explain the process from pendant to actual bird?
Yeah, my pendant, it's a little owl pendant, and the eyes kind of start glowing, and then slowly it comes to life.
Does it go from your neck to your shoulder? It's a little owl dude, or does it go from your neck out and it flies?
Yeah, it goes from my neck out and it flies.
So as it materializes in front of you, a foot from your chest, it turns into a bird and flies off.
It's almost like a light, eyes start glowing, it's kind of like a bright light, and then all of a sudden it's like out and flies off.
Okay. So your companion flies out here?
Yes.
Okay.
Just in the next room.
Like how many squares?
Like-
How many squares outside this door?
Like 3 squares.
3 squares outside this door. 3 squares is a door into another room. This is what your owl sees. It's a hallway.
Are there doors off the hallway? Doors?
There's one door immediately across the hall. There are stairs that lead down, stairs that lead up.
There's no one in the hallway.
There's no one in the hallway.
Is there any sounds?
I don't think your break can hear that and translate that to you.
What's your history?
3.
You
I want to see if I can, just lean up against the door and see if I can hear anyone talking.
you have a history. We could see if you remember which way we came down.
We're blindfolded.
Oh, that could be intelligence too.
But if we came up or down,
Yeah, but I've got really good history.
yeah, you do.
Okay. Oh, but I'm a really bad roller. So that's a 16.
Super good. You went down.
So
You went downstairs.
So if we want to get back to where we're going, we got to go up.
But we didn't know which way we would go. So that's he didn't tell us where everything was. So it might be
You just remember,
downstairs,
physically,
and it might be
like-
upstairs.
You remember physically stumbling downstairs.
Do I want to try to,
Not being able to see them, but
this is what I remember. I remember the guy being like, hey, take them down and put some of their weapons in the holding cell and some of them in my room. So I would imagine that they'd be going the same direction. They wouldn't go all that across. So maybe one of these rooms before the stairs is where the weapons are. If y'all are worried about getting
why not
there.
you just go into the hall? See what you can hear instead of
I think we had.
There's no one in the hall.
Okay.
There's no one in the hall.
Can we go in the hall?
You can go in the hall.
Okay.
There's no one in the hall. The hall, there's up the stairs to this way. Make sure he can see.
We're just trying to be a little cautious, okay?
They're being really cautious. You're all like partridge family behind each other. Up the stairs. Can you see that, Kip?
No, I can't see that.
Just not.
Up the stairs here is light and noise. People rustling
I
around.
think the video's froze on us.
Are you? Do you feel like drawing this out?
Yeah, I will in a bit. Oh no, I'm gonna draw the hallway out. You can choose the path as I describe it.
Okay, so keep describing.
Okay, you walk out. To your right, stairs that lead up into a much brighter but a much noisier area. That's what you immediately notice. To the south I mean, to your left, it's not the south necessarily. To the left, steps that lead down to a much colder, darker, and eerier path. And then directly across from your way, directly across from the door you came out of, in front of you, or you hear moans.
What kind of moans? Ghostly moans?
Like a smoker moan, like a sick moan,
Okay.
not like a zombie moan, but a sick moan, like a smoker moan. Like if he's like, just like I don't feel good.
All right. Any smells? What can we smell?
To the south, I mean, I keep saying to the south. Down the stairs, you smell nothing. It smells very sterile. To the north, I keep saying
Whatever. Yeah,
to the right, where the light and the noise are, you smell people. I mean, not people, but you smell activity. You smell
I was just joking about
beast.
the smells.
In front of you, you smell decaying flesh.
Okay. I say I vote for decaying flesh myself.
That would seem the enemies.
I kind of want to see what's in that door.
So we're straight across or what? Straight across, down the steps, or right up the steps to the light
Let's
and
go straight
noise.
across.
I vote for straight across.
Everyone votes
Go
for
across
it.
sounds good to me too.
Alrighty.
Okay, straight across it is.
We're going to pause for a second while you draw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pause for a second. I'm gonna draw the next one.
Bathroom break. Check out the podcast break.
So we got the podcast break.
Hey, why does
Kip, you see this?
Yeah?
This is how sad you made my Warforged. Making me get back to Morningstar. Oh, hold on.
I'm sorry.
If
I'm so sorry.
if you can see closely on his face, there is a tear made of oil as he holds his left arm.
Okay. I'm gonna need all the stuff off this real quick.
I'm gonna put the Morningstar in good use for him.
All right. That's all a Warforged can ask for.